Sarah had always been a light sleeper, but recently her nights had been filled with terror. Every time she turned off the lights, she saw a dark figure standing in the corner of her bedroom. At first, she thought it was just her imagination, but as the nights went on, the figure seemed to grow more distinct and menacing. She tried everything to get some rest: night lights, sleeping pills, even leaving the TV on. But nothing worked. The figure remained, a silent sentinel watching her every move. Days turned into sleepless nights, and Sarah's exhaustion began to take its toll. She started seeing the figure during the day, in reflections, in shadows, always lurking just out of reach. Her friends and family grew concerned as Sarah became more withdrawn and paranoid. She tried to explain what she was experiencing, but no one believed her. They chalked it up to stress and lack of sleep. But Sarah knew the truth. The figure was real, and it was getting closer. One evening, desperate for answers, she decided to confront the figure. She turned off the lights and waited, her heart pounding in her chest. The figure appeared, as always, in the corner of the room. Summoning all her courage, Sarah whispered, "What do you want from me?" The figure remained silent, but its presence seemed to grow heavier, pressing down on her. Suddenly it moved, gliding across the room towards her. Sarah's breath caught in her throat as it reached out a shadowy hand. Just as it was about to touch her, she screamed and flicked the lights back on. The figure vanished, but Sarah knew it wasn't gone. She fled her apartment, hoping to escape, but the figure followed her everywhere. On the bus, at work, even in broad daylight, there was no escaping it. It was always there, watching, waiting. One night, Sarah couldn't take it anymore. She decided to face her fear head-on. She turned off all the lights and stood in the center of her living room, waiting for the figure to appear. This time it emerged from the shadows, closer than ever before. Its eyes glowed with a malevolent light, and Sarah realized with a sinking dread that the figure was no longer content with just watching. As it reached for her, she felt a cold, clammy hand grip her shoulder. The world around her faded to black, and Sarah's screams were swallowed by the darkness. The next morning, her apartment was empty, and Sarah was never seen again. The only clue to her fate was a single message scrawled on the wall in her handwriting. "It watches, it waits, and it takes.